So I arrived back at the hotel that I'd been staying at, and it's just completely surreal. It's just, one of the most surreal experiences I've ever had in my life. I'm back there, and having failed the training, and so that night I call my family and tell them what had happened, and they can't believe it either. It's, a pretty bizarre story. So I just told them that that's what had happened, and that the next day I was going to be sort of out on the street on my own. I didn't know where I was going to be staying, and that I would, keep them informed as as things unfolded. So yeah, I called my family, and then I tried to find some emergency accommodation because there was no way that I was going to stay in the hotel that Chung Dahm had put me in, because it was a luxury hotel and it cost about 280 US dollars a night. So there was no way that I was going to stay there until, things sorted out. So it was just the one night there, and then I was out on the street. So, what I try and do is I try and find somewhere else to stay. Find a place over the internet and see if I can make a booking for some sort of emergency accommodation. So this is about the 25th of July, I suppose. 25th, 26th, something like that. And this is like the peak time for, summer vacation in Korea. So everybody is on holiday. And, this is probably the worst time for finding um, some emergency accommodation without a reservation. So that's the task that I had. I had to find somewhere to stay, which wasn't particularly easy. I made, like a dozen phone calls and, to some, relatively cheap, guest houses and things like that. And eventually I managed to find a place that was nowhere near where I was staying, but it was in Seoul. So I thought, okay, I'll go there and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do. So that was my immediate concern, that I had to find somewhere to stay. Um, so I booked this place. I called them up. I make a reservation, and that night I just got no sleep whatsoever, because it was just a completely surreal experience. It's like I could not believe it, that all of this had happened, and that Chung Dahm could be that incompetent, and that, through no fault of my own, I'd been thrown out on the street, and I was going to have my visa cancelled, as they'd said. Um, so it was just, really surreal. Um, so the next morning, um, I get all my stuff and I check out of the hotel, and I try and make my way to this other place in Seoul that I had booked. So this place was it wasn't exactly close. It was where I was staying was sort of in the south of Seoul, and the place that I was going to was up in the north. So um, I tried to try and I tried to get myself there sort of as cheaply as I could. So I did not want to take a taxi because I thought that I couldn't really afford one, and I didn't know how long my money was going to last, and how long things would take, and I had no idea what was going to happen. So I was sort of concerned about saving my money because I didn't know um, what I was in for, what the future was going to bring for me. So my concern was how much a taxi was going to cost, and because it was far away, I thought that it was probably going to cost a lot of money and that I couldn't afford it. Um, so I decided to take the subway um, to this place that I'm going to. And if you've ever been in the Seoul Metro, it's actually quite a good system. But if you're unfamiliar with it, it's very easy to get lost, especially in the larger stations. And because I had, I'd been in the country sort of, scarcely 10 days, and um, I had all my luggage. I had about 27 kilos of stuff. So I took that down into the subway, and the station that I got onto, it was really no problem because there were elevators and things like that, and I didn't need to carry my stuff all the time, up and down stairs. But when I got to the station that I was meant to get off at, um, it was actually It was quite a large station. It had three different lines on it. And so I get off, and it's an absolute labyrinth of a train station. Like, very easy to get lost in. I had no idea where I was. I was looking for exit 7, and there was something like 30 exits. So I found it really difficult to find the stop that I was the exit that I was meant to get out of. So I couldn't find the exit. So I was looking for exit 7. I managed to find exit 9 or something similar, and I thought exit 7 can't be that far away. So I'll just go upstairs. I'll just go up. I'll just go up the stairs, and then I'll find exit 7. Once I'm up on the ground, and then I'll just get my orientation and take things from there. So I go up, whatever exit it was, and I find myself to be in Insadong. So if you've ever been in Seoul, I think you know where Insadong is. It's a very touristy area, and so I had 27 kilos in the middle of summer, all my stuff, and I'm in the middle of Insadong, which I found out later. I had no idea of where I was or anything at the time. So anyway, I'm this place is crawling with tourists and people everywhere. So I'm trying to avoid all these people because they're coming left, right, and center. I've got all my stuff, and so I carry all my stuff, and it's just I had no chance of finding exit 7 because it was just too many people, too many buildings, too many streets, just really difficult, and I had no chance. So, to cut a long story short, I was lost, sort of walking around Insadong for maybe 40, 50 minutes, and I got so lost that I managed to find myself at the next subway station up from the subway station that I'd got off at. So I was really lost. So basically, I was sort of lost, sort of in subway stations and up on the ground for maybe 3 or 4 hours, and basically I'd been going up and down too many stairs with too much luggage. So just as I finally find exit 7, so I'd gone back into the subway, gone back to the station I was supposed to be at, and that time I did manage to find exit 7 because I came in on a different line, and I'd been pulling all my stuff for way too long, and just as I'm going up these stairs at exit 7, my knee gives way, and I dislocate my knee, and I hear this really horrible crunching sound, and sort of I collapse sort of on the stairs with all of my luggage, and I hit the outer side of my right knee on the stairs, and the inner side of my knee gets hit by all the weight of my body and the weight of all of my luggage. So I fall pretty hard on the stairs as my knee dislocates, and I'm in considerable pain. So anyway, I'm in total pain. My knee is sort of my kneecap is sort of swung around to the side, which I sort of managed to put back in, and yeah. So I've just been thrown out on the street by Chung Dahm, and a day later I have broken my leg.